You're listening to the Astromommy Daily Horoscope, a forecast that hopes to shine a light in the dark, helping us all see where we've been, where we are, and where we're going. Whether you're a first-time listener or a long-time subscriber, thanks for being here. I truly appreciate you being in the Astromommy community. Without further ado, here is the Daily Horoscope. Don't give up, just bake a cake. Sun squares Uranus this week. 5-day weekly forecast from Monday, August 14th through Friday, August 18th, 2023. Good morning, friends. Drum sound rises on the air. It's throb, my heart. A voice inside the beat says, I know you're tired, but come, this is the way. Rumi. I'm not gonna lie, I'm tired. Feeling very exhausted. A 9 of Wands kind of thing. I'm still showing up, but I'm feeling reluctant and fickle. I used to write a 5-day forecast that was sort of a story type of horoscope. Instead of going through each transit in a play-by-play fashion, I described the overall theme of each day in a short story sort of way, and that is what I'm going to do for this week's forecast. I know I said that I was going to make videos, but the truth is that videos take way too much time to produce, edit, and upload, so they will have to continue to be an occasional endeavor, even though I do love making them. This Venus retrograde going through my third house of communication, writing, and my daily routine is definitely shining a light on how I formulate this newsletter and is giving me pause. I can feel this publication recreating itself in the dark recesses of my mind, like a gestating seed. There are times when I want to quit and say goodbye to this practice, but I am pushing myself to keep writing because why not? What have I got to lose by continuing through the hard days? Plus, sometimes the verbal gems shine, like nuggets of gold on a creek bed, and there's no denying the leaps of joy I feel upon finding them. It's the words that keep me here, not only the words that I write, but your words that I read. The exchange of words is what keeps me tethered to this daily, weekly, and monthly ramble. Like an addicted coffee drinker, I need the words every day to function. I read your words off my wall of love, where I have printed out and posted all of your kind comments about how the newsletter has helped you in some way and given you insight, and it helps remind me of the bigger picture of why I am doing this writing the horoscope and reading the tarot cards. It is first to practice the skill sets that I have learned, but secondly, and more importantly, to shine the light in the dark for others, which I believe is part of the reason I came to form on this earth. My birth number and corresponding tarot card are 9 and the Hermit, the way shower, the one who holds the lantern, illuminated by starlight, the very essence from which we are all made, on the path to help others over the thresholds in life. So it is my destiny to do this, to write the horoscope and brighten the steps ahead of you, like solar lights shining on the stepping stones alongside a garden footpath. But I'm tired. It's an awfully lonely place sometimes. The moon in Cancer has actually passed as of the writing of this horoscope, but nonetheless the feelings still linger. This moon in Cancer has felt very moody for me. How has it been for you? Well, let's see what this week has in store for us. Okay, let's get into the astrology. The big theme for this week is baking something different. This is a very important week. We have the Sun square Uranus all week. We have the new moon in Leo on Wednesday, square Uranus, representing a sudden, unexpected new beginning. Mars is also in a trine to Uranus at this time of this new moon, turning up the heat and momentum of this new start. I just had the vision of someone having a heart attack, Sun and Leo square Uranus, and the paramedics had to use the paddles to restart the heart, Mars and Virgo trine Uranus. Something could metaphorically feel like that this week, like something suddenly stops you in your tracks and you have to make a very precise move that requires extreme expertise to pull off. The moon this week. Emotionally, we will start the week by going through the tail end of the moon in moody Cancer early Monday morning in her balsamic phase. Then she will ingress into dramatic Leo for the new moon midweek, and finally we will end the moon in precise, critical, and realistic Virgo. All transits are in Eastern Time. 5-day weekly forecast, Monday through Friday, August 14th through the 18th, 2023. The short story that I'm going to play with for this week is, what you thought was real ends up being something else. This idea was inspired by the following article. Climate scientist blows the lid off the manufactured consensus, where something believed to be true is revealed to be false, and thus blows your mind. Sun square Uranus. Rather than using something political, though, we are going to bake. Monday, 8/14/23. The theme for Monday is letting go of expectations. You bought all the ingredients to make a chocolate cake. The flour, the sugar, the salt, the eggs, the shortening, the baking soda, the cocoa powder, and the vanilla extract. You love cake. It's so comforting to mix it up, spread the batter in the pan, and then smell it as it bakes. It brings a sense of hominess to your life. Who cares about the fattening or unhealthy aspects of eating cake, right? Not you. You are on a mission to bake and eat a yummy cake, and so that is what you set out to do on Monday. You had a few reservations Sunday night about making this delectable dessert, and it brought up some deep feelings about your physical appearance and your dental health, but by Monday morning, you have pushed all that aside. Now is the time to bake. You wake up with this intention to make a cake, only to find that your kitchen is dirty. Dishes are piled high on the counters, and so there is only one thing to do: throw them all away. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, you have to wash your dishes and clean your kitchen before any of the cake processes can commence. Your dream of making the cake will have to wait until tomorrow. Today is about letting go of that idea and embracing the reality that you have to clean up before you can bake. Tuesday, 8/15/23. The theme for Tuesday is, surprise, you're adopted. You dreamed of eating cake, but every time you tried to take a bite, it would disappear into thin air. You woke feeling odd, yet determined to manifest your culinary desire. You spent all of yesterday cleaning your kitchen so that you could make this yummy chocolate cake with vanilla frosting. There is no occasion except that you want it. By now, you actually believe that you need this cake. In fact, you may need some ice cream to go with it. It's essential, and it's getting made today. There will be no disappearing act because you are awake and this is reality, and in real life, cake just doesn't disappear unless it's vanishing into your mouth. You set out all the ingredients: flour, sugar, salt, eggs, shortening, baking powder, cocoa powder, and vanilla extract, and mix them all in the bowl. Spread them out in the cake pans, place them in the oven, and set the timer. You have just enough time to go to the store and buy some pre-made frosting and ice cream to go on top. You hop in the car, drive to the store, buy the items you need. You decide on cookies and cream ice cream and vanilla frosting because it just sounds good together. And you drive home quickly so the ice cream doesn't melt. When you walk in the door, you smell something burning and you think, that shouldn't be happening. You quickly toss the ice cream in the freezer and open the oven door, only to find that your cake batter has exploded all over the inside of the oven. What the heck happened? You wonder to yourself. You slowly close the door, turn off the oven, and sit on the kitchen stool, completely perplexed. What did you do wrong? How could this be? As you are sitting there deep in thought, you notice the dry ingredients on the counter: flour, sugar, salt, and baking powder. Oh, duh, you exclaim to yourself. You added baking powder instead of baking soda, and boom! Suddenly, your whole world swirls around in your mind as you realize your incurable mistake. What you thought was the right ingredient turned out to be the wrong ingredient. The reality you thought you knew exploded in your face, like finding out, surprise, you're adopted. Now, of course, accidentally adding baking powder when you should have used baking soda is not as extreme a reality shift as finding out that you're adopted when you thought for your whole life that you were the biological offspring of your parents. But it does mess with your mind, and for a split second, you are lost in the twilight zone. Now you have a decision to make. Do you try again, or just eat the ice cream and call it quits? Do you go and look for your biological parents, or do you not? It may not be that extreme, but at this moment, it feels that intense. With a renewed sense of purpose after it cools, of course, you begin the laborious task of cleaning out the oven. Wednesday, 8/16/23. The theme for Wednesday is Fast and Radical New Beginnings. Tuesday brought an explosive realization to light. You need to pay a lot more attention to the details. How could I have made that poor judgment? You ask yourself. But you did, and there's no reason to dwell on it, so you are going to try again. You set out all the ingredients again: the flour, sugar, salt, baking soda, shortening, cocoa powder, eggs, and vanilla extract, and then it dawns on you. You are not in the mood for chocolate cake anymore, but would rather have pineapple upside-down cake. And for that, you do need baking powder, and pineapples, and brown sugar, and milk, and of course, maraschino cherries. And probably whipped cream instead of ice cream, too. You have completely changed your mind and now want to start a whole new baking adventure. First, you have to go back to the store to buy the missing ingredients that you need. This is simple and gets done quickly. Now you are ready. You set out all of your new ingredients: flour, brown and white sugar, salt, baking powder, butter and shortening, milk, an egg, a can of sliced pineapple rings, a jar of maraschino cherries without the stems, and in the fridge you have some sweetened whipped cream for later. You begin the step-by-step process. 1. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees. 2. Melt the butter in a square pan in the oven and sprinkle the brown sugar over the top of it. 3. Arrange the pineapple rings in the pan, carefully placing a cherry in the center of each. 4. Mix up the batter and pour over the top of the fruit and sugar. 5. Bake in the oven for 45 to 50 minutes until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. 6. Immediately take the pan out and turn it upside down on a heat-proof plate, allowing the cake to slide out and the butter and brown sugar mixture to drizzle itself over the top of the upside-down cake. 7. Take the pan off and enjoy a warm slice, served with a dollop of whipped cream on top. For all your hard work, you deserve this treat. Thursday, 8/17/23. Happy birthday, Mom. Today is my mother's birthday. The theme for Thursday is feeling a bit guilty about eating cake. Yesterday turned out great, but today you are feeling a bit guilty about your decadent indulgence. It's a bit of a reality check as you wake up with a slight sugar hangover, a headache, and your tooth kind of hurts. Maybe you should have been more limiting and restrictive and not let yourself have so much fun. All day you are going over whether or not the indulgence was worth it or not. Did it throw off your weight loss goals or did it damage your teeth? Your internal critic gets rather loud on Thursday, and it is hard to stay positive with this negative Nancy running her mouth in your head. You decide that it's okay. You're going to be fine. You just need to work out, brush your teeth, and drink some water. You'll be able to handle this in time, and you'll bounce back. You just need to make a plan and a list, and then start doing those things, and eventually life will feel normal again. The sugar hangover will pass. Friday, 8/18/23. The theme for Friday is feeling back to good health. Yesterday was a bit rough as you had to deal with your sugar hangover and feelings of guilt, but today is a new day and you are feeling fresh, mentally clear, and ready to eat healthy meals, work out, and drink your water. It's like you have a renewed sense of purpose, vitality, and vision for your life, and there are no dirty dishes blocking your way. You get up, work out, and make yourself a healthy breakfast. You take a walk after lunch with the kids and have fun times playing games in the afternoon. One of your kids tells some hilarious jokes and pees their pants from laughing too hard, but it's okay because it's so funny. You clean it up with joy and laughter. Life today is just flowing and moving along in an easy way. You feel mentally sharp and very capable of handling whatever comes your way. You suddenly realize that you still have that cookies and cream ice cream in the freezer. You get it out and share it with your family, for even though you need to stay within your dietary limits, life is ultimately about living and enjoying the moment, right? And that is the end of the weekly forecast. The specific transits for each day are available in the transcript for this post. I would love to know if you experienced anything like this week, and if it was a small but surprising baking powder moment, or a holy crap, I'm adopted kind of reality shock. Please share with us in the comments. I hope this is helpful. Until Saturday, Astromommy. Thank you for reading or listening to the Daily Horoscope. Quick links and resources can be found at the bottom of the newsletter. If you seek knowledge and enlightenment, the Astromommy newsletter may be right for you. Side effects of reading or listening to the Astromommy newsletter are common and include joy, jubilation, delight, happiness, gratitude, love, triumph, feeling in tune with the universe, experiencing deep insights, reflections, and contemplations, a lightened soul, a lighter step, feeling awake when others are asleep, illuminated, enlightened, having spiritual experiences, noticing repeating numbers, animals in nature, or songs on the radio that speak to you, getting vibes, clairvoyance, clairaudience, and clairsmellience, feeling like you know secret language, biophilia, crying tears of joy, emotional literacy, feeling lively, stable, exalted, having an auric glow, or feeling like you woke up on the right side of the bed have all been reported. If you purchase anything through the affiliate links that I provide in the newsletters, I will make a very small commission. Thanks for listening.